Hi, today we are going to start .NET with C Sharp. Let's start quickly. What is .NET? .NET is a free, open source and cross-platform development platform. That means we need not to pay anything for that. We can just download it from any web browser and we can install in our system. It's totally free. That means we need not to pay anything. So open source means that, and open source, well, when we say open source, so we develop in the open. So that means all the communities are there and they are contributing to the particular software. When we say cross-platform means it is working on other platforms also, like in different operating systems like Linux, Mac and Windows. So this is the main thing about .NET. So .NET is free, open source and cross-platform development platform. So development platform means any other programming language and libraries are over there. Okay. So when we talk about .NET, we say what language can I use with it? What language? There are different languages: C Sharp, F Sharp and many other, and you will find them in your any other. Whenever you are using Visual Studio Code or you are using Visual Studio, you will find these programming language over there. So we will see them in our practicals. So yes, definitely the next thing is, what can I build with the .NET? So next question in our mind is what I can build. So I can build web applications, I can build mobile and desktop applications, I can build cloud applications, I can make microservices applications also. So machine learning, game development, Internet of Things, mobile, desktop, front end and back end APIs. So that is each and everything I can make with .NET. So that's the reason we are using .NET. That means almost anything we can make with it. Next thing is, you must have heard about .NET and .NET framework. So .NET is which runs on Linux, Mac and Windows or any other operating system. When we say .NET framework, it only runs in Windows. So the other differences are also over there. You can just see on the screen. So this is a theory portion. You can just go with them and you can just cover them with the help of them. So .NET framework. So because we are working with .NET in this video, so you should have a knowledge about .NET and .NET framework differences. When we talk about .NET, we must have a terminology knowledge, that is CLR, that is Common Language Runtime. Class libraries. What is CLR basically? .NET CLR, when we talk about CLR, what is that? In conventional programmings like C++, when you were converting the code that was from one particular language, it has to be converted to the native language in that particular conventional programmings, to the native code and then to the binary languages and all. But when we talk about .NET CLR, so it has to be code. If I'm typing a code in Windows, so it has to be go to the other applications like Linux, like Mac. So it has to be go in the other applications also. So for that, in .NET CLR, the things are very similar to Java. Like in Java, if you remember, there was a bytecode convergence and then it has to be converted to the code language. So in .NET CLR, C Sharp programming, if you are using a C Sharp programming, there will be a intermediate language code where it has to be converted first and then it has to go to the native code. So there will be a one more layer in .NET CLR, and this whole thing is called as just-in-time compile. You must have heard about it, JIT, JIT, that is just-in-time compilation. The process is gone through and the process is called as JIT. So if in your examination, if somebody will ask you JIT, so you should be able to understand this. What is that? So C# has to be converted into IL, then IL has to be converted to the native code. So this is all about the how basically C# is going to interpret inside the system. When we talk about architecture of .NET applications, so this is the basic architecture. That means there will be one particular application, and inside the particular application there will be different classes over it, and all the classes, it can be different classes for the different things which you are going to build in the .NET. So that's the reason we have put it in a different colors. When we talk about the architecture of .NET, we said that all the things are put in a class. So what is class? So class is, you must have heard in C++, not in C. C is a conventional programming language, procedure oriented, so there was no the concept of classes. But in C++ there was a concept of classes, if you have heard about, because before .NET you must have at least knowledge of one or two languages. It will be very easy for you to cover the things over there. So when we talk about classes, so class is what? It is an encapsulation of the things where we are putting data and methods. We had many times we had done this. So if we give the example of the class, for example, a car is there, the thing make, the model and the color will be the attributes, will be the properties of it. And when we say start or move, so we say it's an action, so we say it's a method, isn't it? So this is the thing which you have to always remember of architecture of .NET. When we talk about architecture of .NET, when the number of classes are combined together, they form a one particular thing that is called as namespace. Now we are just making the hierarchy of the things. So when you are creating a .NET application, you have to remember that there will be classes, there will be namespaces, and when the number of namespaces will be combined, there can be different classes. For example, you are designing a graphic, you are making some heredity or inheritance over there. So there will be different if there is a particular project, and in particular project there will be different modules, and for different modules you need different classes, and you combine them together and you put them together in one particular box that is called as namespace. So you must have idea about this, that is how the architecture will be there. So when different namespaces combine together, then we say, okay, this is one DLL or exe, that is an executable file, or we in the architecture of .NET we say it's a assembly, one assembly. So assembly is a main terminology given to the particular thing. Then there will be namespace, and inside the namespace there will be the class. So this is basically a main, you can say, architecture. That is, one, there is a particular application and there can be many assemblies over there for the different things, and in assemblies there will be namespaces. In a particular assemblies there will be namespaces, and in namespaces there will be particular collection of classes. So this is all about .NET applications, and this is all about how .NET is there in your you can say in your system, and how you are going to, so you have to remember, whenever you have to make a project, you have to remember there will be one assembly, there will be one namespace, there will be the classes. So yes, when you go to the practicals and when we start .NET applications using C#, so you will see there will be assembly, we will see, I'll show you, this is assembly, this is a namespace, this is a class, and you will practically say, oh, this is the architecture of a .NET application. Is it clear? Yes, definitely this is clear. Now we say now we have to use some programming in it. So you all know that what is programming. Programming is like the instructions we are putting together to go give a computer to do some particular task. Imagine you are writing a recipe, so you give the computer step-by-step instructions, like you would give the to have a chef. So for example, you are making something at your home, so you required step-by-steps, isn't it? So when we talk about C#, because we have to, in the coming sessions we have to work with the C#. So if you are not aware about C#, so remember this thing. Sometimes we pronounce it as C hash also, but it is C sharp. It's a programming language. It is built for all sort of applications, whether you are working with the games, we are working with the websites, you are working with any other real-time applications. You must have heard about Unity. So that is a thing which is for the game development, which is created in C sharp. So this is all about your C sharp. Now the question arises, okay, I done with the .NET, I know now .NET architecture, I know each and everything of C sharp. Now I want to install in my system. So what will be the thing? So you have to go to the Visual Studio website, that is code.visualstudio.com. you have to download over this. You have to follow some steps for that. You have to install the C sharp extension. You have to install the SDK, that is a .NET, if that is not in your system. But generally we suggest to the students that install the latest version. But when you are using your Visual Studio Code, sometimes it is there. If it is not there, then you have to install. The steps are very easy. You have to just go to the .net.microsoft.com and download. You will see there will be the latest .NET .NET version, and you will find there, and you have to install it. In the coming lectures we will see how it is going to install and all, and we will see the program, how we are going to interact with the programmings, and how we are going to work with the C sharp. If you really like this video, please put a thumbs up, subscribe the channel, so that you will be able to find the coming videos which are there for the C sharp. Thank you so much for watching all the video till the end. Thank you so much.